Our guest is AnneMarie Boeh, and before we start getting into anything real big, how is the knee? You injured it, and how's the recovery process?
Yeah, so over break I found out that I ruptured a ligament in my foot, and obviously that was really sad for me.
So it's more the foot than the knee?
It's my foot, yeah, it is in my foot, and so we took an MRI, and I actually got injured in November and just kind of kept playing through it, and didn't really quite know what it was. And so when I went to the doctor over break, they're like, yeah, you probably should stop playing for a little bit. So yeah, here I am.
What did it feel like when you were playing on it? Because that had to hurt.
Yeah, it did. It was a lot. It was pretty painful, but just kind of play through it, and because I really didn't know what it was, and so I was just hoping that over time it would heal. But now we're on the mend, and I'm on crutches right now, but we're almost done with that, so that's good. And then I'll be walking in the boot for about a month, and hopefully we'll be on from there.
You seem to handle this very, very well. What's your thought process?
In the beginning, I was like crushed because I worked really hard over the summer and, kind of started to figure things out. And as soon as I did, it was like bam. But, the team has helped me a lot, and, I know they're always there for me and stuff like that. So being around the team is a good thing. I think some people struggle with that and struggle with watching it, but I mean, I had to miss Wisconsin, and that was like heartbreaking because like I was like at school and they were there, and I was like, where are my friends? I don't know what's going on. Like, where is everybody? Yeah, so it's good to be with them.
Yeah, and you're still traveling now, with the exception of last weekend's road trip. Is it uncomfortable? Because you're on crutches still, and I don't know, is that a walking boot?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in the boot and on crutches, so sitting on the bus for extended amounts of time is not the most comfortable thing, but like I said, being there makes it worth it. So yeah.
AnneMarie Boeh is our guest. It's halftime of the Drury game at Springfield, and this nice arena and everything. You were here last year. What do you miss playing in big places like this?
Well, yeah. I mean, the Drury, their field house is just spectacular. Honestly, there's not very many times that you're going to play on in such a big arena as this one, and so yeah. I mean, it's a cool thing, and it's a great experience, and I'm sure that the freshmen are walking in here today going, what the heck did I just step into? But yeah, it's very pretty here, and they're very lucky to have such a great arena. Yeah.
With the injury now, what's the status of possibly a medical red shirt?
Well, as far as I know, it's not possible, unfortunately. I think the rule is 30%, and I played 38%, so what are the odds, right? But, it is what it is, so hopefully we'll make it work.
You have such a great personality, and when we talk, it's fun to ask you like some goofy things. But is that a good assessment of your personality? Are you a little bit on the goofy side?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Sometimes I get a little too loud, and coach is like, "Hey, be quiet, be quiet." But you know what? It's fine. So yes, I would definitely say I'm goofy for sure.
What about your family? You guys all get together? I bet you have a great time.
Yes. So I'm one with many sisters, and we just constantly joke around and play jokes. My dad's so goofy. Like, honestly, he is crazy, but you know what? It's great, and he makes jokes. He cracks the jokes, and sometimes they can be a little butthurt, but you know what? You just keep going.
What's his name, and what does he do for a living?
His name is Joe, and he works for Hill's Pet Nutrition, which is owned by Colgate-Palmolive, and he's the director of sales there. So yeah.
And your mom?
My mom actually just started. She's very excited about this. She started speaking on behalf of Gift of Life, which is about organ donation. And so we actually lost one of my sisters when she was 5, and so she was able to donate a lot of her organs. She donated her liver, 2 kidneys, and so that's some like heart valves and stuff like that. And then my grandpa also donated when he passed away too. So it's something that's very near and dear to her, and so she goes around to the different high schools in the area and speaks and raises awareness for organ donation. Yeah.
AnneMarie Boeh is a sophomore at William Jewell College, and with her injury hasn't played except for the first few games, as you were mentioning. So what do you do besides study and follow the basketball team around this year? What are the fun things you like to do?
Yeah, well, actually, I'm in a sorority. Not many people know that. I'm part of Alpha Gamma Delta. And then, I like to hang out with my friends. I got a great support system. Up in the dorm, I have 2 really good suite mates and then an awesome roommate who runs cross country and track here. So Yeah.
I know you're a very shy person. You hardly ever come out of your shell. That's a little not skepticism, sarcasm. Where do you get that? Is that, again, from your family?
Yeah, I think a lot of it's from my sisters. They're crazy outgoing. I have a little sister who is a little quieter than us, but she says it's because that we don't give her a chance to talk. So I would say that's true.
All right, so what are you going to do with that personality professionally after school?
Yeah, I actually took a personality test the other day.
Did you pass?
Yes, I did. It was for my nursing classes, and I found out that I am very extroverted and that I'm popular sanguine is what they call it, because I'm very talkative and I like to communicate and, show my personality. So I think with that, obviously it'll help me in the nursing field because I'll be able to talk to patients a lot better and just be really open about them and not have trouble talking. So.
What was that personality type again? It sounded like a very cheap wine or something.
Yeah, popular sanguine, yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, so have you kind of picked a field in nursing?
Not yet. I'm hoping with clinical it'll be easier to narrow it down, but we'll see. I think right now I like peds a lot. I don't know how much I can handle sick children, though, because that kind of eats me up a little bit. So we'll see. But then I got to thinking with this, I was thinking ortho. We could see that maybe. But I think that would be later on, so I can learn a bunch of stuff in the beginning and then kind of, consolidate as I go on. Yeah. So we'll see.
AnneMarie Boeh is our guest. It's halftime at Drury, and I guess the last thing I want to know is turn a little philosophical for me here, if you would, and tell me the relationship between athletics and education. This is one of my favorite topics. So, does one help the other? They help each other? How does that work out?
Yes, definitely. I think that they go very hand in hand because in order to be a good athlete and a good student, you have to have a lot of discipline, and I think, when we are, right now, we're on the road a lot. And so with that, we have to be disciplined enough to talk to our teachers and vice versa. Talk to our coaches, hey, we got this huge assignment. I'm probably going to have to spend a bunch of time on that, so I may not be in the gym right before practice getting shots up, but I will be there for practice and stuff, things like that, And I think having basketball has really shaped me in that way because growing up, it's always been that way. And so I don't really know anything different. And so I think that's very important, and it's something that I think a lot of people need to, kind of get that feel and really understand that.
Okay, here's one more for you, and I don't think I've ever asked one of our student athletes this before, but how important is winning to the whole athletic experience?
I think it's very important. I am pretty competitive when it comes to stuff like that. So, winning, although you can learn, they say you learn from your mistakes and stuff like that. So obviously there's a learning factor in there, but, I think winning really drags that positivity and that good team atmosphere and stuff like that. But I think the real times that kind of define you, they say, is when you are in a tough spot and then you have to come back from that and really figure it out. Yeah.
Well, you're in, I guess, maybe not a tough spot, but you're in a difficult situation with your foot being injured and not playing. But thank you for spending the time.
Yeah, for sure. It's good to talk to you.
Can't wait to see you back in uniform when you get healthy next year, and you'll hit those corner shots and all those things that you're good at.
Yes, fingers crossed for that one.
AnneMarie Boeh has been our guest, and we're back with more from Drury after this.